So, yeah, and Steve, and we're on.
Countdown. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Steve Clisby.
Shit. I gotta wait. I'll put something in front. I'll put something so it doesn't move. No, that's cool, man. If I get too excited, the thing starts, moving around. I don't want that to happen.
If the joint starts jumping.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time, man.
Yeah.
Stuck in the house. What is that? What is that you have there? Is that like you got a glass of wine next to you, man? So with that, I thought you were having tea.
I was, but then I went to such an effort to put on nice clothes because it was going to be you tonight that I thought I'm gonna put on some nice clothes, and then I was so aware that I was late starting that I just thought I haven't got time to make a cup of tea. A glass of wine looks kind of classy.
Yeah.
Kind of classy.
It is. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Is it okay? I wish I could join you, but unfortunately, that's not the case. In fact, I don't have anything to drink here. But where were we, man? Tell me about it.
Okay, well,
this is a whole new thing.
Well, look, do you mind if I lose my camera feed back to you, because it comes up on your feed on the screen, and I'd prefer not to have this silly feed of my camera on the screen. So we'll still be talking. You just won't be able to see me. Is that cool?
Yeah, man. I like looking at what I'm talking to, but that's okay. That's all right.
That's okay. Look, right, for Mr. Steve Clisby, what we're going to do is we're going to keep this feed of me in the screen this time, which is
both of us talking to each other, and I think that
okay. All right. Okay.
Works, man.
All right.
It works.
It does.
Yes. Then I can see your expressions, man. I can see all of your, it helps.
Most people get sick of my expressions real quick. Most people, they go, Kieran, expressions, too many of them. I once left a barbecue and I put two guys in charge of being proxy me while I was leaving the barbecue early. And I said at the same time, on the count of three, impression of Kieran, 1, 2, 3, and they both did exactly the same thing.
What was it?
On the count of three, give me your impression of Kieran, 1, 2, 3.
My impression of Kieran is no. No, I don't have hair, man.
Man,
if I had hair, I'd do it.
Man, you've known me about 22 years, and you don't have an impression of me?
Not yet. Not yet. I don't think like that, man. This is like no. You put me on the spot, but
maybe it's because I'm my coolest me around you. I kind of think, I gotta keep my.
Hey man, well, you have the gift of gab.
Yeah, well, maybe I could do a show.
And I'm waiting. Hey, and I'm waiting to hear your music, man. So you some of your latest tracks.
This isn't about me though. This is about you. This is about you. Are you? So can I introduce you now? Let me introduce you.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
That's good, man.
Actually, you know what? Let's do like a question answer introduction. This is something I've just made up off the top of my head right now. Okay. I'll throw to you for the answer to each of these bits of introduction. Okay, you ready?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr.
Steve Clisby here.
See, now you know how it works now. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Steve is
I'm a musician, photographer, and a cook.
Oh yeah. One time, I'll never forget that dill fish that you made for me that time.
Ah.
Is that one of your first date go-tos? That gets the ladies in? The dill fish?
Don't even go there, man. Cause
I heard there was someone else in the house when we started. And if she'd heard that. Oh, I could be ruining some stuff right now. Hey, sounds like something I do. Ruin stuff. Yeah, man.
Don't ruin. Do not ruin.
Okay, we'll not ruin.
However,
sign of the times, how the world is such a changing place. Steve and I met on the internet while it was still creepy to say you met someone on the internet. Remember?
And then you know what? I said, wait, take me back. How did that go exactly?
It was about It was about 99, and we were both on mp3.com, which was about, hey, I'm a musician here on my tracks, find people to collaborate with.
No shit. Was it on mp3.com?
Yeah, man.
Ah, man. that's bizarre. You know, that was the first time I got any real feedback on original material. So I thought it was kind of like a little hoax, and I thought, well, let me put something up on it, and I did. And I think maybe one or two people replied and said, "Oh, we really like your stuff." And I was like, for 2 weeks, man, I lived off that feedback. I was like, there's actually a couple of people that really like my stuff. I don't even know them. They heard it. It's like that was magic. So, and that's how we got to get. Okay.
Yeah,
you got my memory, man. But that's a while back.
You were still living over in Holland.
Yeah.
And you came out here in about 2001.
No, I came in 98 for a month, and then I went back home.
Yeah, and you were back and
came
forth.
Back. Yeah, then I came back for 3 months, and then I finally arrived January the 1st, 1999. So that was like, I got here on New Year's Day, 1999. That was it. That was the deal.
And then we hung out and worked in the same recording studio.
And the rest is history.
Yet he's still talking to me.
Oh man, it's like we ain't gonna lose touch. It was like that's I was thinking about you a couple days, a couple months ago, just before you came to the gig. Before you came, no, but you didn't. I seen you for a while, and then when you showed up at the gig, I was like, I just catch you on Facebook here and there.
Yeah.
But man, it's good, it's really good to get back together and hang.
Yeah, man.
It's like that's it. You're one of the doers, man. So you got these people that talk a lot of shit, but they don't really do. It's like, and you're a doer. So those are the kind of people I hang with, man. People that say, I'm going to do this, and then next thing you know, it's done. I like that.
Are you cool with me using this bit of video at my eulogy? Because you've done perfect.
Hey, man, look, don't even be talking about that these days and times.
Shit.
I was thinking about, man, I come from a long line of Seventh-day Adventists, and they're always talking about end of days, And I was like, but most of them are dead now. But if they were alive, they'd be like, this is end of days, because we had fires, and we had the floods, and we had the COVID, and we had the I was like, oh man, what's happening? But it'll recover.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Oh man, I've been in isolation. Let me just talk to my producer. Hey producer, produce a number for me.
Yes.
Perfect. I've been in isolation 22 days.
No, 22, really, seriously.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, you were out today.
Yeah, I had to buy some food. Actually went to try and buy some flour, but that didn't happen. But what were we going to do?
We got flour. You need flour? Talk to me. I'm a flour hoarder.
Oh.
We made crepes. We made crepes last night. I got flour and I got toilet paper. Got toilet paper for a present.
I don't want to ask who that was from.
Well, no. I mean, no.
Hopefully somebody close to you, because you'll be thinking of them while you're...
Very close. Very close.
Oh, okay. So
but,
with the vested interest
we got
in
flour,
you having a clean bum.
No. You need flour.
Precisely. That's the noise. That's the right noise. What is it that we had planned on doing just before this COVID stuff happened? Which will actually... I can't answer that right now. I'm in the middle of shooting a show. What were we planning on doing just before this outbreak happened? And let me just explain to our audience, our one audience, that you see the set behind me. We're at Plushtown Studios, which is where I work and shoot and record and edit and all that sort of thing. But you'll see it looks a little bit more kind of nightclubby, somewhere where you would expect to have some kind of chill, funk, soul kind of tunes happening, with an audience of about 40 or 50 people. And the idea was to get Steve and his band here, so I could shoot this multi-camera kind of video of them doing their thing in a nice chilled kind of atmosphere, and and feed some people and just have a nice, cool, fun time. Not a big crazy party, but something that's kind of classy, right?
You just explained the whole thing.
Yeah, but then what happened?
Oh yeah, well, isolation, social distancing, and the pandemic, man,
Yeah.
pandemic. That's I mean out of nowhere. So I mean I suspect that we'll still be able to follow through with our plans
Yeah,
and
because man,
hopefully,
all the
but
gear's here.
everybody's getting together online now. So this is like I mean, who knows? Maybe this is going to be the uh, evolution of a whole completely new format in doing things. I mean, I don't like the fact that I can't hug people now. It's like I went to deliver this default disc today.
Yeah.
The guy, there was only one guy in the shop, and I walked in, and it was very irresponsible. But we looked at each other for a long time, and then we just said "fuck it" and shook hands. And that was like, I was like, woo!
Dude. But dude, I'm looking.
And nobody had gloves on. It was like, oh no, we'll take a chance. We'll take a chance.
Yeah. It used to be, ooh, do I get my smack from this new dealer? I'm out of town on tour. No, I'm going to shake hands with a stranger. That's the real risk. Shit.
It was like, oh, this was so bizarre, man. And,
yeah. But I like how you're looking at it as opportunity with the, there's new way of doing things and all that sort of stuff. I mean, hey, nobody likes to be locked down, but I'm kind of the same sort of attitude. You got to find a way to make it work, and happily I got this place. So every man and his dog is streaming. Hey, look, I made toast. Stream. I'm making muffins. Stream. So hopefully having a bit of production value behind this will turn into a thing. I'm actually just doing it for fun, but I know so many cool people who are cool to talk to and can offer something creative-wise.
Yeah.
So.
But don't you think that everybody that's sort of creative is going to take this format and just the fact that you're kind of locked away? I mean, it's not really being locked away. It's just like a kind of enforced creativity bubble that you can be in and maybe even get paid. No. So,
I don't know what you heard. Hey, producer, what did we talk about paying Steve? I mean, he's got all the flour. I don't know what we could offer him.
Yeah, I got flour and toilet paper, dude. So,
he's making it rain.
How much is self-raising flour, Steve?
How much is self-raising flour? Oh, we'll find it.
We have that as well.
You'll be walking around the streets all shady, like with a bag of self-raising flour.
But it was but this is cool, man. I mean, the fact that you're locked in. And not locked in, but the fact that we, have to spend time, it's not much different than being in the studio and really working.
Yeah.
And knowing that actually I don't have to make excuses for it. Most of the time I got to go like, shit, studio, well, why don't you go? No, I have to be in the studio because there's no place else to go. This is it, which is cool. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's the life that we as studio animals have lived. I started in the studio in '92 because people who know me know that I've spent a lot of time in the studio as a recording engineer and composer and stuff. So you just because it's so fun and it's so creative, you spend so many hours in the studio. It's great. I'm not a shut-in, but I'm not used to being out and about all the time. So, yeah, I dig it. And here I've got enough toys to keep myself real occupied for a long time. What I don't like is not having any clients left because they got nothing for me to make. So I've got the ability to make all this stuff, as does anyone who's a chef or you name it. You know, everyone can make stuff. So... yeah,
That's also, but what do you miss? I mean, I miss, of course, my girlfriend's here, so that's cool. But I mean, interaction with other people to a certain degree is, that's kind of a missing element, I mean, I don't like the fact that we took a walk, about 3 days ago, and this is, out near, there's a path that three people can kind of fit by, and this lady about 10 feet was coming, and she saw both of us, and she was like,
two people. Yeah.
just a minute, and I was like, what is, yeah, I'm going that way, but from a long way off, I'm going to the right, and if you guys could just wait, please, while I pass by. And she passed by, put her head down, and went by. I was like, oh man, this is like,
Yeah, I've
cool.
not been going for runs and stuff. You can probably tell. No, I've not been going for runs and stuff where there've been a lot of people for a few days now.
Yeah,
And what I find is, when I'll even go for a walk, so obviously if someone's hot and sweaty and covered in, and breathing, big mouth
yeah,
breathing and stuff, you don't want to be near them, and that's cool, and I recognise that. So I've just been going for walks. I say good morning to people. I grew up in the country.
yeah.
Where I grew up, you say good morning, and people are like, they can't even, just because the zombie apocalypse has come, it doesn't mean we can't at least be cordial.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I totally
yeah.
get that. Where are you? What part of the country are you from, man?
Oh, only an hour and a half from here, so not urban, but I grew up out past Wiseman's Ferry a little bit. So when I say country, I mean country, kind of in it's an hour and a half from here.
Not, not a major metropolitan area.
No. Where I grew up, you could hardly get TV. There was no radio. There was no public transport. One bus left for school, and it was an hour and a half drive to get to school. So it was country. It was on a river, so it was country enough to say, you say hi to
You
people.
from the country, man. Shit, you're a country boy.
I'm a hayseed.
You and now you've been citified,
Hey,
gentrified.
don't be fooled by the collar, son. Hey, are
All
we
right, but
allowed
anyway,
to
back
talk
to the
about?
project, man. So you tell me so the people can expect that once this thing has sort of kind of dissipated, uh, we're going to be doing some really creative stuff, musically, some live, uh, which is what I'd really, more than anything, like to do some stuff that's live
Mm,
and with an audience,
yeah,
and you know, have people just kind of be in the moment and try and capture some of the magic. I mean, that's where where the energy happens
yeah,
when you can share that with other people. And I think, and as opposed to a gig or even more so than a gig, because a little private thing with
mm,
40 or 50 people is intimate.
yeah,
And you can, I don't know, I think, you get the right group of people,
yeah.
you know, the energy is
Palpable.
is magical.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and
absolutely.
it's small
So I
enough to
can't
take
wait.
small enough to take some chances and big enough to be worth doing.
Yeah. And I can't give away too many secrets, but I've got a plan, and I think probably the best thing is just to tell everybody kind of wait and see, because there's going to be some new things on the horizon really quick, and it's going to be something really special. So I don't know, I have that feeling. You just get this. I just got that. I just have the feeling that it's going to be something really incredibly special. So I want everybody to stay tuned for
Cool.
sure.
So I was going to ask, because we never really talked before we hit the button on this. We can't
Yeah.
talk about the thing that you're currently on, which is currently not on at the moment.
No, we
Okay.
cannot.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
no, I
Cool.
mean,
That's cool. That's cool. But what might be cool? I know who you are and where you come from and stuff, but our audience might not. So can you give me the Steve Clisby rundown? So when I have this for trivia night, and the guy at trivia says, "Who is Steve Clisby?"
well, dude, how much time have you got? I mean,
Hey
so
man,
where do you want me
it
to start?
depends.
Where do you
It
want me
depends
to
when the
begin?
internet runs out, man.
There's still a lot of stuff to do, but no, just born in Pasadena. Oh, actually, born in Riverside, raised in Pasadena
Oh, I know you
and
played
LA.
sax when you were a kid. I saw that photo the other day.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, you did. Uh,
I didn't think sax players ever ended up being cool, but
Hey man, I had a big abalone ring my dad bought me. It was cool. Today is actually my son's birthday, by the way.
ah,
Um,
who's actually
and
taller than you?
well, he's now 2.5 inches taller than I
And
am,
you're about
and he just turned 17.
6'7".
Sorry,
And you're about what, 6'6", 6'7"?
6'5", 6'5". Yeah,
6'5".
he's well over 6'7", and just 17. So it's like, that's too deep. Anyway,
Okay.
born in
saxophone.
Riverside.
Yep.
Grew up in California, or raised in Pasadena. Grew up in Amsterdam. So that's why I say I reached my. I had to take a big reality check when I transferred from L.A. to Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge cultural difference, and a lot of things changed going from here to Europe. So that was, a huge impact. Couple of years in Spain, a year in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Toured with my band.
The Amsterdam tip, just because it's going to freak me out to hear you speak Dutch. Hoe gaat het?
Prima, jong. Met jou? Hoe gaat het met jou? Nou, als je Nederlands praat, dan moet je gewoon nu met mij praten. Nou.
You even makes Dutch sound cool. Now Dutch is not one of the romantic languages.
Hey, no, it depends on how long you're there, and it depends on what area you're in.
Oh.
So,
for example?
Yeah, so, for example, in the South, like Maastricht, you have, everybody kind of equates Dutch with that sound.
Yeah.
And so when I first got there, I thought, yeah, this is a very kind of a harsh, it is a harsh language. I thought it was much harsher than in German, but in fact, it's not. It's much softer. We moved to Maastricht, which is in the south, and they have what they call a soft G, which is zachte G. So instead of saying they go G, and it's like, and it's quite sexy, man.
That's already more romantic.
Depending on who's talking to you.
You can't talk sexy and then start pointing that camera down. That's really throwing me. Can you pick that shit back up?
Oh shit! Okay, I just didn't want it to fall down. Okay.
All right. Okay.
How's that?
So, in the Netherlands, bands. What happened?
Yeah. Well, we had one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. We got hooked
American
up with
Gypsy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The band was hot. Although I have to say, we had a lot to learn about songwriting. But at the same time, named Mickey Most was producing a band that you all know called Hot Chocolate, and they were doing, you sexy, I'm leaving miracles. Yeah, so Earl and they were doing these really fantastic songs. Mm-hmm. They weren't like R&B; they were good, great English kind of pop stuff.
Yeah,
and with a soul twist to it. And their producer, Mickey Most, was the kind of guy that to what Earl had to say about the tracks. And we had pretty much the same setup, except we were in Holland, and we were with an asshole. And this guy, he wouldn't listen to us. We had to bring him, like
this is your manager
we got signed by him because he was. Yeah.
Sorry, you're talking about your manager wouldn't listen? Is that who you're talking about?
No. Manager, the producer, the guy that they got the producers. We got signed by Phonogram Records, and that was the condition of us being signed by Phonogram was that they said we could stay in Holland if we got work. Mm-hmm. Our manager got us signed to Phonogram, and he let this producer hear our demos.
Yeah.
And he loved the demos, but the guy was an idiot. And but I have to say, he had produced several hit songs, and one of the biggest hit songs that he ever made was called "How Do You Do," and it turned out to be an international hit. So he became huge in Holland. Okay. Have you ever heard the song called "How Do You Do"? Da 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 da. That was
like a thermonuclear explosion just happened behind you.
Oh shit! Oh no, that was my screensaver.
Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. It's
Do you want me to get it back?
Yeah, why not? If you could, that'd be great.
How's that?
Much better. You're popping against the background now instead of just like I'm looking into the sun.
No, yeah.
All right. So how do you do? I'm not familiar with the song.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Producer, are you
good.
familiar with the song?
Have,
That's
have
two
you ever
out of two.
heard? Okay. Have you ever heard the Elephant Song by Kamal?
Oh, now Kamal's son Raj is a friend of mine, and he tells great Kamal stories. I feel like you're going to sing it to me, and I'm going to hear it in Raj's
I'm not going to sing
impersonation of
it
his
because
dad's
I'm not
voice.
going to bring. No, I'm not going to. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to sing it. But if you know Kamal or you know anybody that,
Raj, do the fucking lawn. Mow the lawn, Raj. Hey,
this
Raj.
dude,
I don't know where you
I
are these
mean,
days, but that stuck.
I met him and I said we have a friend in common, and I said Hans van Hamer, and that's the guy that did the production. Anyway, long story short, he was not a Mickey Mouse. He didn't know how to handle us, and had he collaborated with us in a proper way, we would have had, I think, some world hits. But due to his arrogance and obstinance, we did get some hits in Holland, but I'll never live it down, and I'm still hold him responsible for fucking up our career. So, but from that album, there were 3 songs or 4 songs that we'd written ourselves. That Nina Cherry covered one called "Golden Ring" on the Man album, so it was on the same album with 7 Seconds Away. Groove Armada covered another one called Inside Out, which, they actually acknowledged on they used the sample. In fact, they didn't sample a piece of it. They sampled the whole rhythm section without the vocals and did a rap over it. But I have to admit, on the album cover, they did put our name on it and said, this is, gave us credit. So that was cool.
Which sounds unusual to people, that you wouldn't get credit for something. But as you and I both know, when someone from a record company wants to take a tune, all these people you've never heard of end up getting a cut of it, and you've rocked up with the tune. It's just bits and pieces and shitty. I've come up with a tune and got a signed artist to come and sing on the demo, and before you know it, they want to do something with it. I'm 1/8 of the royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but our business practices have to evolve with our experience, man. It's like, so you kind of have to know what you're doing, and that's just part of the process, I think.
Yeah.
So
Groove Armada covered that track. So Groove Armada covered that track. Then what?
Yeah, they did, and funny story. I was going with a girl here, and I'd just been here for about 6 months, and this guy, her flatmate, kept hounding me. He was kind of like a so-called DJ, and he kept going, man, I got this. I remember very clearly, he said, I got this shit out track. I've got this shit out track. You got to hear it, man, blah, blah, blah. And he was trying to, I guess, impress me because he knew I was a musician. And he was her flatmate. So one day he, kind of hemmed me in, and I got down there, and he was like, yeah, man, put it on. And he put it on. It was a 12-inch. And then, he started playing it, and I thought, oh, that sounds really, it's kind of cool. Sounds familiar. He's not such a turkey after all. He's got some taste. I kept listening, and then I thought, that really sounds really familiar. And then I go, that's my song. I was like, dude. And then imagine me having to tell him that he's playing me my own song.
Yeah,
I'm like,
to
dude,
show you how good he is.
Huh? I said, you're playing my own. That's my music. I wrote it, and then I had to show him on the. That's where I found out on the liner notes that Groove Armada, that they acknowledged us at that time, like, so it was like really freaking weird.
So how big was this guy after that conversation? He's like, you.
Oh no, I don't even remember, man. But it was just, the irony of the whole thing. And the same thing happened before I left to come here. I was trying to get my business partner at the time moved to Australia, so the production company we had kind of went out the window. But he kept sending me emails saying, "Hey, you got to come to Sydney." It's like, I'm like, how the hell am I going to get to Sydney? And I don't have money to leave and all that shit. So I went into Amsterdam. He was already in Sydney. I went into Amsterdam, went by my girlfriend's house. I was in a very bad mood, I remember, and she goes, do you want a cup of tea? And I'm like, yeah. She said, I got something to tell you. I said, what? Because I'm in a bad mood. She said, one of your songs is on Nina Cherry's album. And I'm like, and I just got immediately pissed off because 7 Seconds Away was playing on the radio every 5 minutes,
And every time I heard it.
I'm like, how do I have a song on Nina Cherry's album? So I was, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she goes, no. And she goes and gets me this paper, which is like the Dutch Rolling Stone. It's called Oor. And there's a review in it, and the review of the Man album, and it says, and Nina Cherry covers American Gypsy classic Golden Ring. And then I got even more angry because I thought, this stupid reviewer thinks there's a song called Golden Ring, and he knows that we did it, that he thinks it's our song. There must be 100 songs called Golden Ring. Why would he think that our song is it? And then on my drive home, I'm thinking, like if somebody told you won the lottery or whatever, and you know that feeling you have, you're like, oh, come on, man, that number can't be right.
Let's say I can understand how it might feel. I don't know it personally.
Okay, well, it's just like, somewhere deep inside you want to believe that that's true. And I said, these coincidences are starting to mount up. She told me it's in the Oor, that paper. And so I went to my friend's CD store and said, let me see the Nina Cherry album. And boom, sure enough, there it was. It was like my name. And it was right after 7 Seconds Away. So the song on the album comes just after 7 Seconds Away.
That's a good day.
Well, I wish it would have been 7 Seconds Away because I've gotten a lot more money. But the point is that paid my way. That was one of the reasons why I immediately took a 3-month vacation, and that's basically why I'm here right now.
Oh, cool story.
That was 2 years paid vacation. You know what I'm saying?
That's what got you.
So I stopped being skeptical. I started thinking of at that time about, people always talking about miracles, and to me that was like it was a complete miracle, and came at the perfect time. It was like, the timing and the whole event was just beyond. It was a million times beyond my expectations. Nobody could have, I would have rather gotten a gram and gone down to the red light district. You know what I'm saying? So that was the way it was.
Far out.
But not anymore. That's the way. And so, and here I am, talking to you right now.
Still talking to me. Still talking to me. Let's talk. Are you going to play me a song?
I don't think so.
Oh man. Okay. If I was going to ask you to play one of your songs, what song of yours do you think I would ask you to play?
Shit, man. I have no idea. What would you tell me? What song?
I love Plans.
I knew you were going to say it.
You couldn't have known. How would you have known?
No, I would have said
because I know all your shit.
However, we will save. I mean, the reason, honestly, the reason why is because where I'm set up, and I just got a new interface. I've got no get anything in or out of this thing yet. I just bought.
You got that last night.
Yeah, I just came in last night, and so just before you called, I was frantically trying to, sort it out, and because the disc that I was working on and the 5 demos that I had on that disc is now at the Disc Recovery Center. And
oh shit! Can you just explain that a little clearer? Because that just came up real quick. You're recording a new demo.
I'm recording a production for somebody else, and I'm recording 5 demos. and I had 2 tracks done plus the production for the other girl that I'm working on her EP. It was a final song. Everything was like really close, and I decided that I would switch interfaces in the middle of it, which is a little bit like switching programs in the middle of production.
Like switching horses midstream in the old
But I do it all the time. I mean, I know not to do it, but I do it anyway.
Because you get excited about the new gear. You got this new piece of gear. I want to plug it in, see what it can do. It'll probably be okay.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the drive blew up, not because of the gear. It was just time for it to go. And coincidentally, it just happened, and now I'm sitting here with the stuff that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks is at an office somewhere being picked apart, and I've got no way to get anything in and out of this interface. So the next time we do this, if it comes, I'll just come prepared to play whatever you want.
And I can understand emotionally if you don't feel like jumping for joy right now too, because that would stress me the hell out.
Hey man, I was very close to, just before you called, I was like, do I feel like talking to them? Maybe that's going to get me in a better mood. Because, I mean, you know how it feels. I don't know if people know how, I mean, I know you know, but I don't know if I could equate that with anything. Is that where you work and slave and sweat on note after bit after bit to get something really together, and then the drive fails and everything you did goes out the window. It's like I mean, it's like writing finishing your novel, and then all of a sudden the disc crashes and it's gone. It's the worst feeling, one of the worst.
Which is why I'm so surprised you're talking to me, even, because I'd just be destroyed.
No, I'm saying this is a great diversion, and it actually keeps my mind off of the fact that, in fact, I might keep you here all night because
I got nothing else to do. I'm here.
I have to think of this shit. No, I gotta cook in a minute, man. I gotta cook some food.
What are you gonna cook? What are you gonna cook? And don't be bragging about all that flour you've hoarded again. That wasn't cool.
No. The crepes with strawberries. That's gonna come after. That's dessert.
Hang on,
but
crepes
I'm just
with
having.
Strawberries. Hang on, Steve. My producer's a 5-star vegan chef. Crepes with strawberries. We're in. Sorry. Continue.
No, you should be horrified because I'm not eating anything vegan tonight. Although I have to say, being influenced by that meal that we had at your place, that inspired me to at least start down the road to veganism and find a tasty way to do it. And I can't wait for us to get together and
actually
get
do it.
some instruction and inspiration. That's for sure.
Val's up there in the control room doing a dance right now. Your praise is sitting on her real well.
Hey man, I'm serious. It's like, that's I'm very, very, very passionate about my food, man. As much as music and as much as photography. But tonight we're just having leftover pasta, which is not, I did some asparagus and I added a little sort of a cream sauce, and it's not very vegan. And I'm having some barramundi on the side, so it's crispy skin barramundi. And
okay, crispy skin barramundi. Do you score the skin, or do you not?
Yeah, I use Murray River sea salt, and I cook it actually in coconut oil because with a little coconut oil seems to brown that skin. It gives it that crispy thing. It burns a little hotter, but it gives it kind of a really nice, even, crispy, dark brown flavor. Dark brown consistency. And so I'm having that, and I always try to make the food look as pretty as I can. I mean, part of the thing about chefing is presentation. So I keep trying to work on my presentation and figure out, just how to make it look nice as well, and not too big portions. It's like I don't like these huge plates of food that are too big. It's just, I think, better to kind of be a bit more minimalist when it comes to
I think it's
the portions and the presentation.
I think it's very astute of you to get into the chefing because, you know, you're just dipping a toe in this music thing, and if it doesn't work out for you, you'll be able to chef.
You know, that's one thing I decided I ain't never gonna be a chef, man. That's right. I'll cook for a few friends, but to be under the pressure of having a restaurant or something like that,
I can't imagine you
I would
fitting
do
in a
Larry is
chef
doing
situation.
workshops. That's cool. I think that's probably the best possible scenario, you know. But having a restaurant, that would be like, oh man, a nightmare. I see those guys. It's too crazy. I mean, I'd way much rather be doing music than any of that.
How many 6'5" chefs do you know? Can you imagine them kind of fitting in this little tiny busy? That's a comedy right there. I can imagine that is some great physical comedy.
Well, that's another thing is like just knocking shit over. You know, it's like my dream environment is a place where I can stick my arms out as far as I want and then spin around and not knock anything over. That's for me like the perfect environment. So,
is this place big enough for Steve to swing his arms around when you don't have a cat handy?
It's medium. It has pretty kind of relatively high ceilings and it's
Looks
got
like
some
you could touch the
skylight.
ceiling in that place.
Pardon?
Looks like you could touch the ceiling in that place.
No, not really. No. I can't.
Okay.
Good. It's good. This is a nice place. I really like it. I'm quite happy here. Quite happy
Cool.
here.
How long have you been there?
It's good. Since somewhere 4th of December moved
Okay.
in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you know, and you know, it's got a nice little compound outside. My girlfriend, we call her the crazy basil lady because she's growing like the whole living room is just like a basil farm. We've got an outside area where we can park both cars, but still have enough room to chill and you know have lots of space.
Yeah.
So it's it's good, man. It's good. I love it.
Yeah, I'm doing the basil thing too, and someone pointed out about the whole China and bat thing. And I actually have, without leaving my place and breaking any of the isolation rules, a source of plentiful, fresh bats. Interested?
Bats?
Yeah.
You mean like flying rats?
Dead set. Dead set. My window here, they'll just fly right out. You can just reach out and grab them. They're right there.
Man, you know, I used to live in Potts Point, and there was a house that I lived in. It was on
The one
Ward
next to the
Avenue,
park.
but
I remember that. It was a narrow place.
and
Well,
Oh,
lost you there. Hang
I
on.
don't know.
Can you say that again? I
The
lost you there.
bats, man, they were like really too close for comfort. I mean, I'm not a big rodent fan, and particularly flying rodents. That wasn't happy with that.
That's because
But-
at 6'5", you're a lot closer to them than I am.
Yeah, well, whatever. If a bat came in here, man, then I don't like bats and I don't like mice. So I once moved out of a house because they had mice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also once killed everything that was alive in a place that I was trying to get rid of the mice, but I think I poisoned everything,
This
including
sounds like a bad
the
story.
neighbors'
Does it involve a
cats and,
cat or a puppy?
It was terrible.
Yeah.
I just put poison everywhere, man. It's like, everybody's gonna die. It was terrible.
But there will be no more mouse.
No more mouses. No more little mice.
No more mice.
They had too much nerve. They got to the point where they could walk out onto the bureau and just kind of sit and look. Yeah, it wasn't like you go boop and they run away. No, they just kind of sit there.
Were
I
they
was like, no,
figuring
this
you
is
out or
not too
judging
far.
you?
Huh?
Were they figuring you out or judging you?
Man, you know what? I have no idea, but they're dead now, so it doesn't matter. Hey, there goes the
There
explosion.
goes the screensaver. Thermonuclear meltdown. Oh,
back.
we're good. We're good.
Hey, it's time to eat. You're back. She's back.
Is it time to eat?
It's time for me to eat.
Oh, it's time for you to eat. I'll let you go eat. If your girl's made you food.
No, I make it, but I gotta hook it up. You know?
Okay, all right. So you good? You good for a bit, or do you want to go eat and we'll hook up again?
Oh, well, I got to do some work, man. I love talking to you, but I have to get some work done
And what is
tonight.
work for you? What is work? You're a musician. It's all fun. It's all play. You didn't know
Yeah,
work.
whatever. That's what a lot of people think, but no, it's like figuring shit out.
So what?
And that-
Give me the cliff notes on what work is today. Are you writing, producing? What are you doing?
No, I'm recovering. So,
The data stuff.
my name is Steve, and I'm a recovering
Okay.
data whore. I lost the stuff. I have to eat to drown my sorrows in a little bit of food, and then I have to figure out this interface, and then I have to see whether I can, if I have any recovered files anywhere on my 24 terabytes of drive somewhere.
Yeah, it's hard to balance up the tech shit you've got to do with being vibey and creative, right?
Absolutely. But I mean, that's part of the game. So, I'd rather be doing that than, something, being in an environment where somebody else is telling me what they want to do. Sometimes I'm a bit jealous that, people can go to work 8 hours a day and, they can leave it at home at the end of that 8 hours.
Yeah, I've never been able to do that.
I think I can't even remember a time when that's happened. That's like when I was, maybe 18 or 19. That was it. But then I didn't know what was out there in the rest of the world. But now, yeah. Uh-oh.
Whoa,
Oh,
that wasn't me.
you know what? You know what that was? That's the second time. That's really, I don't know how to look at that. That's the second time today that I've gotten a Facebook message saying it's somebody's birthday, but both people are dead.
Ooh.
What is it? What's the message there? Is that weird? Twice in one day, two different people, and it pops up and says, that was our original guitar player. He passed away last year.
Oh yeah,
And-
I heard about this. I think through Craig or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the second time today that's happened. I'm like, well, that's like
But you
bizarre.
know what?
And I feel superstitious about taking these people out of my
Friends list, because it's like you're
contacts,
finally cutting
friends
them off.
list.
Even You know what I'd take out of that? You think you got problems with the data? You're not dead.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah.
Shit could go even further south than it hasn't. So,
Yeah. That's a positive message.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
All
right.
I love you. I'm gonna leave you to eat and to get some shit done, and we'll pick up again, and we'll jam. I'd love to hear you play something.
Next time I'll play something. I'll work on a little. I should have this interface together, and then we can do some music.
Hey, just while you're there, can you turn your camera around and show me your little setup?
Yeah, I can do. Let me
Cool.
see.
It was gonna fall down eventually anyway.
No, this is
I'm just gonna take my camera off so I can see you properly.
yeah.
Alright.
That's the new interface right there.
Jeez, there's not much stuff there, man.
No, I told you I'm minimalizing. I'm decided that I just be as chilled as possible. Now you're starting to get to the mess, and this is the stuff that I'm selling. Getting rid of that, and my
dehumidifier.
girlfriend's waving at me. Oh no, she's doing mute.
Hey!
She's doing her exercises. All right. And yeah, that's a kind of round the room on my studio setup. There's my mic. And
Oh,
as
that's
you can
a
see,
TLM 170, isn't it?
it's a 149 and
Oh,
the
nice.
Norman and see these things right here?
Uh,
They're
yeah. Suspensions
the suspensions have
all wasted away.
uh, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
they do
time.
that. Yeah, they do that. I've often replaced them with rubber bands. They don't last long, but they do the same job.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when you get right there on your TLM, you have nice milky tones.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. All right,
Okay,
man.
gotta eat, man.
Okay. Hey,
All right.
thanks, man. And
Thanks. So,
I'll catch up with you in a week or something. You'll have all those
uh,
files back. That record will be done. You'll be a big smiley guy, and you'll go, "Hey, listen to this," and all that file stuff will be a thing in the past. Also, in a week's time, all this coronavirus shit will be done, and you'll be playing over here. And perfect, great.
hey, question. Have you got a piano in that joint, and why don't you? If you don't,
Because I'm not a pianist, and I've got a.
pianos are essential in every household.
Okay, this will kill you. I had one that my ex-wife had left with me for the last, I don't know, 15 years or so. Guess who I
Right?
gave it to 6 months ago?
Your ex? No. Who?
Who I gave, it was about,
Andre.
yes. So now Andre's two little kids smash out Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on this, was it like an EP 770 or something Roland thing? It wasn't weighted,
Oh yeah. No,
but
no,
it
no,
was
no.
just
No.
a, you mean something
I
proper.
mean, real piano
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
real.
Yeah, real
Yeah.
piano. You know what? They're giving them away on Facebook these days.
On Facebook and Gumtree, I got mine for free, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really, really nice.
But will you
And
play
it
anything
sounds.
smaller than a baby grand? I mean, I know you've
Pardon?
got. Will you play anything smaller than a baby grand? I know you've got standards.
Oh no, well, it's just. I mean, it doesn't matter, man. As long as it's a real piano that has, keys and hammers and makes that sound.
Wow, I love that you gave me
I
a serious
mean,
response to a completely stupid question. But I was joking. Oh, I have a friend that's got an upright Steinway.
yeah, also good. Get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Up. There you go. Perfect. Well,
That's a good piano.
I'm
So any
trying.
of
I'm
those,
trying to get rid
I
of
got an
stuff and keep
upright.
this. Sorry.
I've got it upright, but like you say, it's true. They do give them away on Gumtree. I mean, like that's where I got mine, and it's like really good,
Yeah, yeah.
really nice.
You get the tuner in
So,
and put it back together after you've moved it.
which I did. But your place is like perfectly suited for a real piano. I'm going to talk you into it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. Real piano. If that's what it takes.
Yes.
If that's what it takes. All right, man.
Man.
I'm gonna leave you to it. Thanks for the chat, dude.
Peace.
I'll see you later.
Take it easy.
Cheers,
Thank you.
man. Bye, Steve
All right.
Clisby, ladies and gentlemen.
See you later, y'all.
Okay.
Valeria, I want some of that food soon.
All right. See you, man.
All right. Later, man.
See you, audience. Bye. See you, Steve.